Hello everyone. It's day 12 of the 100-day challenge. I'm very excited because I finally have the supplies needed to do a project that I'm so excited to give a try. I should share with you before I begin, this project that I'm going to do was in the Somerset Studio magazine that I just received this month. And it is We Leather Journals. The creator is Cat Kerr. So there you have it. That's what I'm so excited to give a try. So to begin with, there's a few steps, and a couple of the steps you have to let things dry in between. So I thought I would get the first step out of the way, let it dry, come back and do the next. She suggested you use veg tan tooling leather for hers. I'll show you as we get going. I also tried a different leather. So you get one strip of this, which is 8.5 by 11. I got this at Hobby Lobby for $12.99. I used my 40% coupon, so it was under $8. These journals measure 2" by 3". So you can, for that size, you're going to get a lot of mini journals out of this piece. So it's well worth it. So I've already cut a strip, as you can see, a 2" strip off of here. And I'll just show you. You need, according to her instructions, you need a piece 2" by 3". And this I cut 2" because I've already done some playing with this. And I just used my husband's X-Acto knife set to do this. But I'll just show you real quick. I don't know which of these I determined worked better with this, but this is sort of, I was surprised. I thought this was going to be a thinner. This is pretty sturdy. Less pliable, I guess, than what I was expecting. So I'm just cutting, there we go. There's my 2 by 3. And then you also need a piece, a 1/2" by 3 for the strap. So I'll cut that. Oh. So that's going to be the strap. So you can see it's pretty sturdy stuff. The next step is going to be to spray the leather on both sides. Let me get these knives out of here since I don't need those any longer. I don't need those hanging around. Way. And I'll bring out my giant water bottle and I'm just gonna spray both of these until the water absorbs. You can actually see it absorb. Put a little bit more on that one. And on the back of this, in this. And You just give that a couple seconds to absorb. Which it looks like it already has. Then you pick out an embossing folder. I had a couple, oh, I have one on there. Oh, I broke my embossing folder doing that. Yeah, I'll explain how that happened. But anyway, her instructions were to have a metal block, which this is my 50-pound metal block. My husband's a tool maker. I asked him for a metal block for doing some jewelry and like homemade paper clips. He made this for me, and it has to weigh at least 30, if not more, pounds. But anyway, she used a metal block. She placed her leather on top. She took her embossing folder, placed it, took a mallet, and pounded the impression in here. I'm not going to do this because it's very noisy, but I was reading on here and it said that this could be embossed. So I actually ran a piece through my sidekick and it worked. The first, let me just show you what I did. I don't know if you can see the impression. So there's two options for you. When I ran it through the sidekick, I just placed this on top. I left this flat and ran it through that way. It left a perfect impression. Perfect. Then, I don't know how many of you, let me just grab this real quick. I've had this, which I think I got at either Joann's or Hobby Lobby, and in another color, in this tan color. I've used these for spines on journals in the past. This is a more pliable, it's more of a leather suede. So playing around, I cut out a piece of the tan that I had in a larger size, as you can see. Just because I wanted to. I wanted to see, can I, because really, you could use this method to make it whatever size you want. So I made it larger and ran this through the embosser, and it too, the impression, I thought came out very nice. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does work. I did the same thing. I put water on both sides, sprayed it with water, and both of these are in the process of drying right now. On the, so I sprayed these. I should go ahead and stamp these. I'll show you what I did. Not that piece, but this piece. I'll use this one again. Now I just tried to find the side. This one has, both sides are pretty rigid. So I just pick a side, put it on, and my sidekick is sort of on its last leg, if you will. I dropped it. I store it up on top of a cabinet and it fell, and so my platform here is broken apart. I don't know if this will fit. I think I have to, trying to remember, because I needed it to be thicker with the with this leather. It did not want to take it. So let me see if I can get this thing to go through. And I don't think that's going to be enough. I think that's why I had the issue last time. Oh, I don't have my plate on top of it. You can see how often I use this. Let's try that again. Yeah. Oh, come on. Really doesn't like this. And I might have it too thick now. Let me take this off. This is what busted off of my sidekick. Let me take this off. See if that helps any. There we go. Just that little bit really has a major impact, doesn't it? Alright. Let's get this out of the way. You can see. And I was like, and the imprint is excellent. Absolutely excellent. So I think if you have a sidekick, I would recommend that being the easier way to do it, or less noisy way to do it, rather than the metal block and the hammer. Either way, and especially on this, I'm sure the imprint would work out great. On this, you can see it has sort of a texture to it. So I was able to, on a piece of this, use the block and the hammer and get some imprint, but not good. But going through the sidekick really embossed it well. So that's my tip on that. Now on the strap, she suggested a fondant wheel. I don't have a fondant wheel, but I have this, an old tracer, you know, for sewing. So on this piece, you just go along the edge to make it look like stitching. Then the last part of this before we let it dry is you're supposed to take a coin or something round to, if you want rounded corners. And I can show you when I did mine. I'm using a dime, and I don't know if I should be using like something larger or not. I just lined my dime up, and it was very hard for me on this to get that turn. Once I got my mark, I actually grabbed my scissors and just sort of finished my corner out. You don't have to do that. You may be better at handling the X-Acto knife than I. I just could not get it to look rounded. And it may be the knife that I'm using, I don't know. But I'll just get my little impressions she also rounded the corners on her strap. I'm not going to round mine because I think it would, well, it would only be actually 2 because that's so narrow. You're not going to fit 4. At least I wouldn't think. You'd have to have something awfully small. Maybe a small button or something. So I'm just, this is how I did mine. My scissors, I was surprised. I was like, I'm going to try my scissors. And I was surprised that they did cut right through that. My corners are not perfect. And maybe, for the sake of argument, I'll go ahead. I think I'll just do mine like that, where the end is I guess once you get one end done, you could fold it over to get the other one. Not too bad. So that's the little strap that will go on it. Now, you can still see it's still wet, so I need to let this dry before we can go on to the next step. I did these pieces hoping they would be dry, but they're still wet. So I'm going to have to wait on the next step. So I'm going to let these dry and I'll be back. See you in a little bit. Hello, I'm back and I think I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the next step. This is still not 100% dry, but it's pretty dry. This leather suede is pretty much dry. So I got all 3 of these out here that I've done. I stamped that one earlier. This one I think while I videoed. So I'm just going to go for it. The next step is to take sprays and add color to these on a cotton ball. You know, put the spray on a cotton ball and put the color on them. On the package for this, it says it will take acrylic paint. So I don't know. I haven't experimented with that, but that may be another solution in the event you don't have sprays. I don't have many. The ones I have haven't been used all that often. But anyway, I'm just going to give this a go. I think I'm going to start with some blue, or maybe I'll start with a lighter color. This is Lemon Zest, in case you are interested. I'm just going to randomly, I think, apply some. What other color might I add? I might add some of this green, which is Cracked Pistachio. Just going to make it sort of, I don't know. just mix some colors up and see what we come up with, right? Set that aside for now because I do want to try, I think, some of this. I want to go with blue or purple. Let's be brave. Let's try some purple. Ugh. Well, that just splattered all over. Including on there, which looks pretty cool, the way it came out. I don't like the way it's mixing with that green. It went everywhere, I think because I've not used it. Not crazy about the purple. Wish I would have stuck with the blue. But we'll see what happens. Do I want that to be purple in there? Maybe I will put a little bit of the blue. I'm going to be careful to spray it away from what I'm working on. As you can see, you can make this as colorful or not, as you prefer. I'm just sort of going for it. I'm going to mix some of these colors. Pretty colorful, isn't it? I just wonder, these are all colors. Walnut. I'm going to take some vintage photo. Maybe around the edges, I don't know. I think the most important thing is just to play with it. Add some more to sort of tone this down for me. You know me, I'm a vintage girl. I love my vintage. Alright. So that's pretty. I'm going to put that aside because that has to dry. Now the one thing, and I did this when this was wet, was to fold this so that while it was drying, it starts to take a book shape. The instructions say to do that. Wonder if you know what, I might put some of this vintage photo on the inside of this book. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but I'm going to do that. I'm not crazy about the color of this leather. Oops. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. And I just keep creasing that spine. It's sort of pretty in a psychedelic sort of way. Now, of course I made 2 of these. So I have one that doesn't have the rounded bits on this. So I am going to add some color to this. And since I added the vintage photo to that, I'm going to add it to this. Don't have to. Of course, you can use whatever sprays you have, or if you use this particular leather, it says you can use the acrylics, so you might want to try some acrylics on it. Then I'm going to get rid of these because that ink is just begging to get all over me. And I'm going to move this out of the way. One of the things that Cat Kerr suggested in hers was to take, she used metallic spray paint, but I'm going to take some metallic acrylic, and I'm going to water it down with my giant water bottle. Let's stir this up. We might have put too much water in that. I think I did. Might still be too wet. Grab some paper towel here. She splattered some gold paint on hers. Yep. I'm not a very good splatterer. My splatters are going everywhere except for on the strap. And you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and splatter some of this on here too. Should I or shouldn't I? I've lost my nerve. Why not? You have to be a better aimer with the splatters. I feel like I'm getting them all back there, so I'm going to turn that. Okay, stop, Sheila. I never know when to stop. So, ooh, that's going to be hard to bend now. Gonna let that. That looks sort of pretty though, with the splatters on there. I'm gonna bend this. I'm just gonna do that like that. And once that acrylic paint starts to dry, then I'll keep creasing that book. So there's one. I thought I would try. I want to get rid of this. And I don't know why I'm working on paper towel, but I am. Let's try these two. This is the other one out of that same, what was that called? Oh, I put it in a drawer. It was a beige tan leather. And then this is the like leather suede that they sell, I think at Hobby Lobby and Joann's in this particular size. You can see it's more pliable. This is not as pliable, but I want to try both. So I'm going to get my inks out again, and you know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some cotton balls right here. And let's see. I think I'm just going to do I don't know, did I use red on that? I didn't use red. I'll put some red, some yellow. Let's just go for it. I don't know what colors I'm going to do. I'm going to add some yellow. And you could do this all in one color. I would. Ooh, you know what I should have done? Ooh, that would have looked pretty. I might try that. I'm going to pull off on that. Maybe I can cover that. Yeah, let's try that real quick. Let me grab some paint here. I'm going to use this color. I don't know if this is going to cover or not. I'm going to try this peppercorn because I'm thinking I might be able to go back over that with some gilding wax. And this is all about experimenting, as you can tell. And that one has to dry anyway. So I'm just going to paint this whole thing this color. That was a quick decision. Well, we'll find out how the acrylic paint dries on this, right? I don't know how that's going to look with, I have golds. Oh well. Let me get rid of this brush. Get my hand off. Set that one over there to dry. And we'll go back to, let's go back to using some yellow on this one. From that black. This one doesn't seem to pick the color up as strong. Whoops. Some of this green. No, you know, I don't think I tried any of the... I'll go with the blue. Blue's turning green, hitting that yellow. Which I sort of like. Oh, that was stupid. Now I'm just sort of rubbing this in. Let's go back, let's get another color. Let's add some red. Why not? Maybe go for some yellow or brown. No, let's add a little. No, I think I'm going to go for the brown. So this is Vintage Photo once again. I like the brown on there. That's pretty. This one is much more pliable. I really like that one. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside. Now we need to do the straps for those. Let's see, that one had some red and green. I put yellow on that to begin with, didn't I? I think I did. So I'm going to put a little bit of yellow because when I added the blue, then it turned green. Hope I'm in camera. These are fat cotton balls. Got some red. Trying to prevent making a mess, and I'm probably making a bigger mess. And just rub some of this brown on there. I'm not splattering that one. Keep that one like that. What did we do to that other one? We painted it. So we'll go ahead and... Do I want that painted? Yeah, I guess I will. That's really cute though. That really is cute. Alright, I'm going to paint that. This doesn't have any I thought I might, well, all right, I'm going to go ahead and paint it just because. I'll just use this brush. Alright, that one's set. You know what we didn't do on the inside of this one? And I think I'm going to wait. I'm just going to leave the inside of that one alone. Alright. Do we need to splatter anything? I don't think, I'm not going to splatter that. This one, I'm going to come back once it dries, I think, and go over it with some gilding wax around that one. Alright, so we'll let these dry. I'll clean up this mess, and then when we come back, well, you know what? I'll go ahead, let me see, how long have I? It's been 23 minutes doing that, so my video is probably going to pop off anytime here. So I'm going to stop this, and then I'll come back when that's dry. See you in a few. Hello again. All right, so I've made a decision here. This one is, the paint is dry, or the stain is dry. This leather is still a little bit damp to the touch, but I'm going to go ahead and proceed so I can finish this one. I want to show you what I ended up doing on the one I painted black. I just took a cream sort of color. I don't know, oh, here it is, vanilla. And dry brushed over it. I still may go back with some gilding paste or something and highlight that, but for now, that's what I've done. So I'm going to finish this one and this one off camera. I have some ideas for this one. I'm not sure yet on this one, but I want to go ahead and finish this one for you. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, in my opinion. Let me just show you. Hold on one second. As you can see, excuse me, as you can see, she has clips on hers to close them. I'm going to do that, but it's a rather noisy process. The one thing that I'm really not crazy about is the fact of having one on the back too, because they are sort of bulky. But I'm going to go for it. I want to finish this one. I want to show you the papers that I'm putting inside of it. I think it's going to be really cute. So anyway, I'm going to start, I think, at the back. I'm going to have to put, and this is what I had to order from Amazon that I had to wait for, was the snap, I guess you call them, yeah, snap kit, that had all the tools that comes with them. The only thing is, all of these are the same size. I was hoping to have a smaller one, maybe to put on the back, but I don't have that availability. So I'm trying to see here. I was thinking on the back. Hello, I'm back. This is pretty much dry. It's still a little bit damp, but dry for the most part. I wanted to show you on this one, I just dry brushed some vanilla paint over that, I think it was peppercorn that I used. I may still use some gilding paste, I'm not sure. And this one is dry. This one and this one I'll finish off camera. and then show you at another time what I end up doing with those. I thought today I would just finish this one. I've determined I want this to be my front and this to be my back. Now the one thing that I had to order from Amazon were these snaps. The unfortunate thing is they're all the same size. But I wish they had, you know, smaller sizes as well, because that's how we're going to attach the strap. So the first step to doing that is, and this is going to get a little bit noisy, I need to make a hole in the back of the journal and the front of the journal. So you might want to turn your volume down. I don't know how loud this is really going to get. So the neat thing with this little kit is all the tools that you need come with it. So that is one positive, because I could not, and I'm just guesstimating my center. Maybe I should, no, I'm just going for it. These don't have to be perfect. Let me just see if it went. No, it's not all the way through yet. There we go. Now I'm just going to take a needle and push that leather through there. And then I got to try to match this up. I don't know if I'll be able to see that or not. Pretty good. Do the same thing on the front here. That thing works really good, quite honestly. Alright, and then, come on, get out there, leather. I don't know, you might not have to do this. It might keep going up. Alright, so the front and the back, and then on the back, of this, we need a hole. We need a lot of holes. Oh, not too center, but oh well. And then, let's see. This is going to hook here. And then we're supposed to punch 5 holes in the center here. I had pulled out this because I thought maybe I could use this. And I think the holes, where did I put my little test strip? The holes are bigger than what this tool makes. So I'm going to go with this tool. And I'm just going to guesstimate my center. You can see it's not pulling it out because I didn't clean out I thought I could keep going. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn the camera off so you don't have to listen to this noise. I'm going to make 5 holes for the signature here, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got the holes made that I was supposed to this point. This is the back of the strap that's going to have a snap here, and then one that's going to go in the front. I'm just going to show you, in case you're interested, how this snap kit works. The thing that I like about this set It came with all the tools, the tool needed to make the holes, and the tools needed to place the snaps on. In addition, it has a video and also instructions online on the Amazon site where you purchase it to show you how to assemble this. So basically, I made the hole in the back of the strap. I stuck the cap. That's going to be showing on the outside. And then this piece goes over it. That's going to be on the inside of that snap. Then I am supposed to use the pointed tool vertically. And once again, I have to hammer. I think I need to do a little bit more hammering. I want it a little bit tighter than that. It's still not right. It worked on my test run. Alright, so the back snap is somewhat on. I still don't have it right. It always happens to me. That feels right. Alright, so the strap's on here. Now we need the portion of the screw or snap that I got my iPad set up here so I can see how I do this one. Let's see. And I did a little test run. Let's see. This piece snaps into that. So this piece wait a minute, I'm confused. This piece like that, this piece like that. Yeah, this piece comes through the bottom. This piece, right? Or do I have it backwards? Let me see. Nope, I have it right. Stars on the bottom. Alright, and that's where this little tool comes into play. You set this on there. Use this other tool like that. There, and that's there. So then you have, if I didn't, oh, I ruined my snap hammering it. Oh, this isn't good. I think what I did, there we go. That's a little bit tricky. So see, that's going to be at the back, and we're going to have the same thing at the front. I really don't like it. I think it looks cute once it's done. And it's not like you're going to be using this little journal. But I wish for the back, I wish all that didn't have to be on there. But anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm not going to put you through the torture of me putting the snap on the front. I want to show you, last week or the week before, I did a bunch of jelly prints, and she had suggested you take jelly prints, 4 of them, to use as pages in here. Now she went as far as decorating hers. I'm not going to do that on here. The one thing that I did do with these is I aged, you know, you can use a pair of scissors, or if you have one of these little tools. Just to rough up your pages. And then I ink them. I just love these jelly prints. I can't believe how beautiful they came out. I didn't want to use them. Get that out of the way. And then the next thing we're going to do, of course, is stitch the pages in. I made my 5 holes, so I'm just going to line this up so I know where to punch my, you know what, I might be able to, no, I can't. Stupid thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get my signature sewn in and finish my snap, and I'll come back and show you. Be back. Okay, so I finished this one. I'm not 100% satisfied with the way I have my strap on, but nonetheless, I think it's really adorable. You can see the stitching where I stitched in the signature, and then on the inside, just look at these beautiful jelly prints. Just waiting for some art to happen. Those look so beautiful in there, I think. I'm really pleased with that. These would make beautiful little gifts, I think. You know, you can make them different sizes even. I think they're just really adorable. Especially once you decorate the actual pages inside. So there's that one. This one I went ahead and put my snap on. I made my holes for my signatures. I don't have any paper, anything inside yet because I don't know if I'm done with the outside of this yet. But that'll be my second one. And then on this one, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not thrilled with the fact that there's a snap on the back and a snap on the front. However, it is sort of cute. And I think especially maybe once I get this one done, I'll make a better determination, or, you know, I'll have a better idea if I like or don't like. But I just think these are just adorable. But my idea on this one is I think I'm going to make my strap a little bit wider on this one because it's a bigger piece. This is thin enough, and I think I've sewn through this on my sewing machine before. So I'm thinking I may stitch the back on, the back of the strap, and then just have a snap on the front of this one. So I'll let you know what I end up doing. But nonetheless, aren't these adorable? I mean, these are my first attempts. So as with everything, you get better the more you do it. Not happy with my corners. I might need to figure out a better system to make my corners look a little bit more finished. But aren't they adorable? This one with all the different colors, and then with that particular paper inside, I think it's just really adorable. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed this. I know that it's sort of sporadic because there's many steps. The one step I have to, it just popped in my head, that you're supposed to do that I did not do because I do not have it, is you're supposed to cover this with a leather balm, just to seal the leather itself. But I think for what we're, I don't know if it would do anything more to the leather, you know, I don't know. The one thing I will tell you, I love the way this one feels with the stains, rather than even though the acrylic works on this, I like the feel of the stain on here. It's a much softer, and maybe it's because I had the paper in there too, and I did put some stain on the inside as well. I don't know. This one just feels better to me in my hand than what this one does. And it may be, maybe I need to put something on the inside of this one too. But anyway, there you have it. I know I keep saying that's it, that's it, that's it. I'll come back to you once I do something with this. And I'll give you an update whenever I complete these in the next few days. And let you see what papers I put inside of them. Have a great day, and look forward to being back tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.